If you want to know what your conflict style is, the internet is filled with what is known as the TKI, the Thomas Kilmann Inventory. Please surf the net, put TKI, and you will get lots of instruments. Take one of those instruments and see what kind of conflict resolving style you possess. It is important because if you ever get in a conflict resolution situation, it would be nice to know your background and what you bring to the resolution table. We are not going to look at the instrument here. We are going to focus on the results and what they mean. The TK conflict mode instrument assesses individual preferences or inclinations in handling conflict. And those personal preferences come from experience, exposure, background in such similar situations that individuals have gained through life. Compares individual styles to those of other managers who have taken the assessment. Now imagine if your group takes this instrument test and finds out that most of you are all accommodating. That would not be a very exciting group. You want people from different types of resolution style backgrounds to be at the conflict resolution table. You want the mixture. Suggest ways to most effectively use and expand your repertoire of conflict management skills. The kind of style you have will dictate the conflict management and resolution skills you possess, because that is what you are used to working with. So the conflict styles, assertiveness and cooperation. On the bottom is cooperativeness. And on the left extreme is uncooperative, on the right is cooperative. On the vertical or Y, you have assertiveness, and at the bottom it's unassertive, and on the top is assertive. So let's just take a quick look at these 5 types. Uncooperative, unassertive is avoiding. I'm not going to cooperate. I don't want to assert myself. I don't want people to hear me. I am going to avoid. I'm going to sit back, step out. On the top, on the other hand, uncooperative but assertive is competing. I'm not cooperating because my interests are more important. I'm assertive. I will make myself heard. I am competing. On the bottom right, you have cooperative but unassertive. So I'm cooperating, I want you to win, but I'm not going to assert myself, and that's accommodating. You let the other individual or the other party win because that's your nature. On the right top is cooperative and assertive, and that happens when you collaborate. Collaborating leads to cooperation and assertiveness. Everybody cooperates, everybody asserts, and makes themselves heard. In the middle somewhere, 50-50 is compromising. You meet halfway and you compromise. So those are the 5 conflict styles, but you must take the instrument and find out what style you predominantly possess and therefore work with. The 5 conflict styles are competing, and that means might makes right. Especially if you are in position of authority and power, this will work for you. I have the authority, I have the might, I have the power, and what I say is right. Accommodating, on the other hand, kill your enemies with kindness. Kill them, but do it with kindness. Accommodate. Let them see you as a nice person. In the process, they lose and you win. Avoiding, leave well enough alone. What's happened has happened. I can't change it. You can't change it. Let me just avoid it. Get out of the way. Step back. Get on the back seat and see what happens. 4 is collaborating. 2 heads are better than 1. Because 2 heads means 2 brains are working. 3 heads, 4 heads, 5 heads means more brains are working. And any number of brain working more than 1 is much better. Compromising is split the difference. 50-50. You give half, I give half. You take half, I take half. 50-50. Let's come to an agreement. Let's compromise. I'm half happy, you're half happy, and our situations have resolved and we've worked together. Which style is best? Most people use all at various times. We all work in the different styles, but we all also have one predominant style in which we do most of our working. Most people naturally prefer one style. Naturally, we prefer one, but if made to work in the others, we tend to work in the others also. Situation, culture, personality can influence the best style at a given time. Depending on the situation, depending on the people involved, depending on the circumstances, one style may work better in a particular situation than other styles. All styles can be useful. If used appropriately, if used in the right way, all styles are beneficial when we look at conflict management or conflict resolution. Different styles have different goals. What are the goals for each of the styles? Competing, the goal is to win. I'm competing because I want to win. I need to see success for myself. Accommodating, the goal is to yield. I yield, I give up, I let you take the benefit and the win. Avoiding, the goal is to delay. Not today, tomorrow, after the weekend, later, some other time. You delay, you procrastinate the resolution or management of the conflict. Collaborating, the goal is multiple participation. More people involved, more people contribute, more people give recommendations and suggestions, better will be the resolution of the conflict. Compromising, the goal is to find a middle ground. You know, I can't win all, you can't win all, I don't want to lose, you don't want to lose. Can we give up halfway? Can we meet middle ground? Can we meet 50-50 and say, good, this is it? Competing is effective when quick decision action is needed. Competing, when you want a quick decision action, time is of the essence. You don't have 2 weeks. You don't have 5 days to look over and see. Competing is best. On important issues, when unpopular action must be taken. Important issues, unpopular action, firing people is unpopular. It doesn't happen every day, but it's an important issue. And so competing would be good to use in such situations. Competing is also effective when the issue is vital and the right course is clear. The issue or the situation is critical. It needs to be resolved. It's important, it's vital, and how we are going to do it is also clear. Everybody has a clear idea of the path or the direction to take. To protect against people who take advantage of non-competitive behavior. When we are not in competition, some people might take advantage, and you want to protect against that. You want to do competing. Accommodating, on the other hand, is effective when you are wrong, when learning is important, or when demonstrating reasonableness is critical. When you are wrong, you know you're wrong, accommodate. When learning is important, you need to learn a vital lesson. You need to teach yourself, the people involved, and even the larger community. You need to accommodate. When you want to demonstrate that you are reasonable, you are looking at other issues of other people in interest also, you want to accommodate. When creating goodwill is paramount, I want you to know I'm in your interest, I'm in your favor. Goodwill is important. I don't want to ruin our relationship. I'm going to try to accommodate. When harmony is important, I don't want this crisis becoming worse. I want to bring in harmony, and that's my goal. When it's important for others to learn from experience, when experience becomes a teacher, and I want to use a particular experience to help individuals learn. Accommodating may be what an individual wants to do. Avoiding is effective when the issue is relatively trivial. Somebody brought it up, it's not even really important, it's not a big deal, but because it was brought up, it needs to be dealt with. It's a minor, trivial issue. When you know you can't be satisfied, when you, the individual, one of the parties involved, when you understand you cannot be satisfied, you might as well avoid, step back, let the other party win. When the cost of conflict outweigh the benefits of resolution, the cost of the conflict and the cost of the results of the resolution are not the same or are in an imbalance you want to avoid. To allow cooling off, the other party is excited, is hyper, is getting a little out of control, let them cool off, you avoid and you step back. When it's important to have more information, when you need more information and you're not getting it, you avoid the situation. Collaborating is effective when it is important that both sides be integrated. Both sides come together. Both sides sit together, work together, do things in mutual agreement. When you want to learn and fully understand the other's views, when you're interested in finding out what others have to say about the issue or the conflict or the circumstance or the situation, you are not just interested in your own perspective, but you want to get the perspective of others involved. To merge different perspectives and insights, this is collaborating. You collaborate when different perspectives merge, when different perspectives come together. To work through hard feelings that have interfered with interpersonal relationships. People are not happy with you. People are not saying very many good things about you. The feelings that people have are not what they used to be. You want to collaborate. You want to invite those people, talk about the issues and concerns they have. Compromising is effective when goals are less important than avoiding the disruption caused by more assertive conflict resolution styles. The goals or objectives and aims are not as important, and so you allow for other more assertive. Compromising is the middle ground. The other four styles are more assertive, are stronger, and you let them take over. To temporarily settle complex issues. For right now, let's come to an agreement. We will work further on this, but at least at this moment, let us come to a compromise. Let us agree temporarily on something, and then we can move ahead.